on the basis of beliefs. That's wrong. We don't support that. I don't support murder. Do you support murder?
For someone that does.
I didn't. I voted for Bernie Sanders.
Donald Trump surely does not support murder. That was not written in his platform whatsoever.
No, that's actually not true at all.
I'm not talking to you.
Well, I'm talking.
You're being counterproductive.
She doesn't want to listen to the facts. She doesn't want to listen to the facts. Yeah, exactly. If you're just going to say that someone's racist for supporting a president,
you started with "fuck you."
Yeah,
that's not the way to get.
This is violent.
How are you going to try to tell us to be tolerant when you're being the most intolerant ever?
Ask for my perspective.
Let me see the violence.
This is the violence, apparently. I'm wearing a Trump Pence shirt that's an Instagram shirt that says millennial.
Yes, you are. You literally just said "fuck you" to him for supporting the candidate. That is intolerant.
Guess what? Apparently that's fine. If you assume my political beliefs,
when you wear a hat, you tell us what your.
This is the one thing you guys preach about. Y'all preach
You guys, what are you assuming?
I'm assuming you guys either voted for Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders.
Who just said that?
So,
Just fuck off, dude. I'm sorry.
but
literally try to preach tolerance by saying "fuck off." That's great. Good job. You literally just
he's on your side.
I don't know where the tolerance is here. They should start the conversation. Liberalism is dying. Liberalism is dying because there's no more civil discourse anymore.
No, I didn't. You guys, it all just demonstrated itself right
Literally
there.
don't even want to listen to facts anymore. It's ridiculous.
Well, so she says something about, okay, can you get inside their mind a little bit? Like, she said that that's violence. How do you think?
Violence.
How do you explain that?
I think that's a freedom of speech thing. I don't see it as violence. How is that violence?
And then what she says next, and what I heard several times, is, well, but what you said comes from a place of privilege, so therefore you can't say that.
So therefore your commentary is invalid because you're white. That's what she just said.
Yeah.
Wait, she's white though. So how is her commentary any more valid than ours?
Will you ask her that?
I'm not interested in controversy. Have a nice day.
I just wanted to ask you a simple question.
You can ask. You can ask.
All right. You say that since we are white, our privilege makes it so that we have.
It's not only because you're white. I really prefer not to be filmed.
My name's Hunter Carnes. Actually, I didn't even know about this until 2 hours ago, until I heard there were cops and protesters everywhere at the sample gates, so that's pretty much what prompted me to come here. So,
What kind of, what did you expect to happen tonight?
pretty much just to come here, tell people my view, have people listen, have good conversation, nothing bad.
Are you a student here at IU?
Mm-hmm.
What do you study?
I'm studying public financial management, which is basically like financial policy. I actually just wrote a paper on Social Security, so I've been doing a lot of research on retirement incomes and trying to help retirement and I guess the chain of poverty through retirement.
Is this what you expected to see tonight as you came?
Pretty much.
Yeah. What is it that you think, are you here to protest this speaker?
I'm not.
No, why not?
Well, I'm a Republican, however, I don't know much about Charles Murray, so I don't know who he is. I read up about him. I'm assuming it's over that book he wrote called The Bell Curve, which I am assuming was either misconstrued by someone or he's a blatant racist. I don't know. I haven't read the book, so I can't make a judgment on that. So.
Yeah. Are you here to make any sort of statement? What do you hear? What draws you here? Do you consider yourself counter-protest, or how do you see yourself?
I wouldn't say like counter-protest, but I mainly came here just to check it out. But I guess being a conservative and I guess having my hat on, people probably think I'm here to be the opposition. So.
Have you seen any violence today?
Well, someone took my hat off and threw it, which doesn't get anything accomplished. Actually, the only thing it did was piss me off, so...
You got it back, though.
Yeah, I did.
How'd you get it back?
Police officer handed it back to me.
Oh, really? When did that happen?
Gosh, it was earlier when I got here. It was probably about 45 minutes ago. Some girl came up to me and just literally took it off my head and threw it, and everyone started cheering. I was like, "Way to go! You accomplished nothing."
Yeah. And if any, do you expect any more aggression towards yourself today? How do you view that?
I mean, that's okay. They don't agree, but like, if they're willing to listen and hear what I gotta say, more than willing to give them my perspective. As Americans, I think we should, tell people each other's perspectives and go from there. If we all agreed, we wouldn't get anything done. So.
Anything else you want to add?
I guess keep an open mind. Don't let people tell you what's right or wrong. the conservative belief behind welfare is not social welfare, is not to hurt lower class, but it's belief that the people do it out of generosity and not out of because they have to, or because it's like, oh, I feel bad for the people that are low income, so I'm just going to give my money to make them feel bad. But I believe I should help them because it's the morally right thing to do. I think it's the right thing to do.
Oh, they got it in new colors now. They put
white supremacy!
it in white for the white hat. Did you see it? Did you catch it?
No white supremacy! No white supremacy!
Reason why we would ever talk to them. I had just wasted on them. They forget what they say. People don't care about hypocrisy anymore.
She said tiny penis. I have a tiny penis.
She said I have a tiny penis. Apparently it's not related to a political argument at all. I've never met her before in my life. She could not possibly know the length of my penis. That's very sad that she stooped to the level to personally attack me instead of actually arguing her beliefs. Coming up to someone and saying, fuck you, you're a Trump supporter, does not promote any ideas if there are any ideas, period. That doesn't even let their ideas get out. It's just them saying fuck you and it shuts down all ideas. Even the ones that they wanted to say. Because as soon as you said fuck you to us, we're not going to listen to you. People, if you're saying fuck you to someone, right, Aaron?
Yeah, that's not how you start a conversation.
I can hold my own against weak-minded people.
But back to the hypocrisy, it's not just the liberals, it's Republicans in Congress, Democrats in Congress. Everyone doesn't seem to care about hypocrisy anymore. That's why I think, personally, every single politician in Washington, they all need to be gone. That's the only reason why I voted for Trump, for term limits. That's all I care about. That will be the biggest political revolution in this country. That's what we need.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary.
And why? What were the top two motivating factors that caused you to vote for Bernie?
First of all, mass incarceration. I think that's the biggest issue with the United States. It's ridiculous how many people we incarcerate. We need to focus on rehabilitation instead of incarceration. And then social programs. I'm a huge supporter of raising the minimum wage because $7.15 an hour is not a living wage, and providing welfare and free education. The more educated of a populace we have, the better. The only benefit from having a stupid populace is they're easier to control. So,
did you vote in the general election?
I voted in the general election.
Do you mind telling me who you voted for?
Regretfully, I voted for Hillary Clinton, and since then I do regret that decision. I think.
And why is that?
I voted for her because I thought that she was the lesser of two evils between Trump and Hillary and her. But honestly, I don't think that I would feel any more comfortable with her in office. And the fact that I voted for a criminal, I think that I just totally regret that decision. I was letting my fear of Trump being president overcome the fact that she was a criminal and that she did a bunch of terrible things. And I since then regret that decision because she's, of course, should be in prison, and I just can't support that behavior. So I voted for Hillary, but I regret that decision.
What is your thoughts on the state of the DNC, the Democratic Party?
Well, I mean, obviously it was rigged against Bernie Sanders. Obviously, Hillary's got the DNC in her back pocket, and they were behind her the entire time. I'm kind of disappointed that Bernie sold out in the way that he did. I don't think he would have if the alternative was anything less than Donald Trump being president, but I think that it was rigged, and had Bernie won, then he probably would have beat Trump, honestly. I think that he would have. Because Bernie was selling a revolution, just like Trump was, and I think that's what the people wanted. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but there's really nothing we can do about it at this point, other than go for it. I mean, I hope he runs in 2020, but honestly, we're just going to have to go from there, and hopefully the DNC will not be rigged.
Sorry to take so much time.
No,
in closing, back to this event, Charles Murray, you don't have to tell me your thoughts on him, but what is it about him do you think that causes so much anger? And do you think it's justified?
I feel like it's misguided, to be honest. I feel like the reason why everyone's angry about him is because it's frustration. They've heard what other people have said about him, but they don't really care to do their own research into the guy. Personally, I don't know anything about the guy. I looked into him a little bit. I understand why people thought that some of his sentiments were racist, but I feel like it really could go either way. I think that people need to start doing their own research before they make their own decision on someone, and I think that's kind of why I came out here, is because I want to preach tolerance and freedom of speech. I think that's something that's lost in civil discourse today. There's no more respect for other people's beliefs. And so I think that's why I was out here. I was out here with a couple of my buddies. They're pretty conservative, I'm pretty liberal, but we were trying to show people that you don't have to be on the same side in order to respect each other.
Do you guys want to do like a group hug or something? So Bernie Sanders and Trump.
A group hug. Come on, everybody in.
Oh, okay.
Hunter, you gotta get in here.
This is not good journalism, but
There's coming in here.
so is this proof? Is this proof that? Yeah, you gotta get in there. Come on. I was trying, hey, this is a Bernie Sanders supporter with a Trump supporter. You guys want to join?
Bernie supporter? No?
Not so much.
Okay, that's fine.